Hello, hello. When I sing my hello to you, your bones will shake and you'll feel it in your back. I'm sure about that and my voice is about to crack. So, hello YouTubes. Today I'm gonna talk to you about relationships between men and women or girls and boys and this video is named What He Thinks, She Thinks and Why It's Incorrect. You know, it's really interesting nowadays that we have all this technology and there are these situations where you start to think that this girl or this boy is thinking something or relating to in some way to you, and you start to live in your head in a sense that you start to interpret their signals in your head. Yeah, that means that she's not interested. Yeah, that means that she's interested or something like that. You know, you start to interpret these signals in your mind. But you have to realize that this is only going on in your mind. You can't really know what is going on in somebody else's mind from the signals that they are outputting. Yes, there are clear signals that somebody isn't really into you. There are pretty clear signals, but it's also kind of vague in a sense, because different people act in different ways in different situations, you know. There's no clear-cut language for this. And the other important and interesting thing about this whole situation is that nowadays, because of the technologies, you know, it's even harder to read people. Because let's imagine a situation where some girl you are interested in has her smartphone and she's looking at her smartphone, then she looks at you and she gives you a face. And then you think that, yeah, that means something, that face. But actually, the reality of the situation nowadays is that she might be reacting half to you, to what you are outputting, and half to what she's smartphone is outputting. She's whole reaction to you might be related to what she just saw on her smartphone or laptop or any kind of device. And that's my suggestion for you. If you want to communicate with people effectively and really be a good socializer nowadays, when you go out, you leave all your technology that can output anything at home. Maybe you can take your freaking camera, but leave all your technology at home, because when you are interacting with technology, it puts your mind in a different kind of state, you know, and you react to everything and everyone around you in a different way, and this probably won't give you any good opportunities to find success and the best relationships you could in your real life. So you have to make this what's the name for it? You know, you have to sacrifice something. And it's really interesting how in these situations you're starting to think about what is going on in other people's heads and how they see the world. And you know, it's a social failure to go to somebody and just ask that, hey girl, do you think I'm a bit weird, you know? It might be a social failure, but it would be really interesting, the next time, really challenge the social conventions of this world. When the next time comes that some really cute or somebody really handsome individual is looking at you like you are a bit weird, then just go and ask that, hey, I was just showing your facial expression over there, and I'm a bit autistic person. Do you think I'm a bit weird, you know? And she might say, no, I was just like thinking about this like what happened like in the like yesterday. It was so weird. There was this like incident, you know, and then she starts to talk about something. Or she might say, yeah, you're a bit weird, you know. That was a bit weird question, you know. But you know, make fun of yourself, you know. But that's the most important like message of this video. You're probably incorrect, but you might be correct, you know. And the funny thing is that in some situations, when you get the feeling that this is not really right, it's probably not really right. But you can also reverse engineer situations. Like there's this practice I have invented in my mind, where you can program your like future in a sense. You can go through like analyze like these situations where you have failed socially, and you can analyze them in your mind, and you can like look at how deep facial expressions and all of this stuff is, and start to understand that usually when there's a negative reaction to something, there's also a positive reaction, but they happen so fast that your mind tends to grab on to the negative instead of the positive, you know. There's a hook in the negative, but there's not like any like traction point in the like positive like facial expression or output that some individual is giving. So the way we do this like exercise is that we do this alone, you know. You go through the situation over and over again in your mind where you failed, and then you start deconstruct it into like smaller time segments, you know, and you see if there's any positive in it. And in your mind you expand on the positive thing, you fill your mind with that memory, and then again when you talk to this individual, you are going to have the feeling, you are gonna build up this feeling inside yourself, this positive feeling for the individual you are trying to like communicate with. And then in the situation when it actually comes, you have like rehearsed all the like you are not trying to rehearse words over here. You are trying to rehearse the like feeling you have for somebody else, and you are going to go into the next situation without any pre-planned like dialogue. You are not gonna plan a dialogue, but you are going to have the feeling and the facial expressions that are related to the feeling pre-programmed in your mind. So when you go into the next like situation, you can reverse the whole like idea what somebody else has of you. Because you know what somebody else thinks about you, it's related to so little information in the end, you know. There's a lot of information people are giving out through their like body language and all of that stuff, but it's still a little information compared to the like 10 years maybe that somebody else has known you, you know. You know, it's a completely different like situation. So you have to understand, you can reverse what somebody thinks of you. There's a reason why they think that way. So that's the exercise. It's a bit hard and I can't really go too deep into it, but it's a self-hypnosis type of thing. It's kind of like detaching from the situation and taking like a teller type of like voice in your mind and telling, and you're feeling this feeling for her, and you're like growing it, and now she's looking at you like the best guy in the world, you know. You talk to yourself like this, like in your mind, and you could even do this like out loud, maybe if you're like alone somewhere. You go and you like analyze some situation, and you go like, I'm gonna show you how it's done. Like now she's looking at you like you're the best guy in the world. You are going over this memory again and again. You're going to repeat this memory in your mind again and again, and you feel this emotion for her, and now she's looking at you again and again. Don't go to that memory where she's like reacting you in a negative way. Go back and back and back to this positive one. You feel this love growing for her, you know, that kind of thing. You go over this, you like brainwash yourself to like somebody, or to like you basically brainwash yourself for somebody else to like you. It's pretty insane. It's actually it can actually work. It can actually work because it's really finicky, you know. Some people are like really sensitive to like negative like signals from other people, and when you really try to eliminate all of those negative things, somebody like that could like turn around completely on you. And when there's somebody else that is not so sensitive to negative signals, this might not matter, you know, that much, but with some people this is really important. So try to like start to understand people in this way, like how crucial is it that I nail it with this individual, that I get everything right with this individual. Start to understand that it really has an effect on people, you know. It's easy, you know, to go live in that kind of nonchalant way where you don't really care what your effect on other people is. But actually people are like frail creatures, even though they don't look like that. Even the hardest thugs are really like pretty frail creatures. Everything has an effect what you do. So basically everything that people do is a certain kind of act, and you are trying to and with this stuff you're trying to deconstruct other people's acts, you know. If their whole output is an act, you know, you are trying to deconstruct that to get under the like their radar in a sense. So this self-hypnosis thing can really help you with this one. So here's a lesson for you. What he thinks, she thinks, and why it's incorrect. You know, it's deep stuff. Go and check it out.